Hi there, my name is John Stevens, pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we are part of the ELCA, and I am glad that you are here. And welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons as we take a look at the lectionary text and we tie them to an item from the Dollar Tree or the junk drawer or the kids' room or the garage. You know how we've been doing it. Thank you for spending a little bit of your week with me as we talk about the texts and prepare our children's sermon, and thank you for your partnership in this ministry. This Sunday marks the beginning of the 10th year or the 9th birthday of Dollar Store Children's Sermons. It's absolutely amazing. I say this in the thank you video I posted early last week or earlier this week, but I mean it. I am truly blown away with where this has gone, and I am so excited, and I'm looking forward to what the next year will bring as we continue. So this Dollar Store Children's Sermon is for Epiphany or Baptism of the Lord, and it's for the Revised Common Lectionary, and it's for the Narrative Lectionary. It's all wrapped into one because we're both lectionaries talking about the Baptism of the Lord, or you can do Epiphany Sunday because that happened on Friday, or it will happen on Friday because I'm recording this on Friday a week before. Anyway, so this is one of my favorite children's sermons. I do this children's sermon every single year, and if you've been following this for a while, you almost know exactly where I'm going, but it is the star. Now, of course, this is a starfish, I think. Or maybe it's Patrick, a little different color, but this is the star. And this is the star that we follow in the sanctuary. This is the star that will lead. We do a star tour as we walk around the sanctuary and we find the places that we see Jesus. Now, that's for Epiphany, but I'm still using it for Baptism of the Lord, because in Baptism of the Lord, we hear the voice that points Jesus out and says, "This is the beloved. This is my beloved. This is my son, and with whom I am well pleased." Depending on Luke or Matthew, "You are my son, with whom I am well pleased." But the voice points out Jesus. Like the star, as we follow the stars, the wise people follow the star, and they get there and they go, "Oh, look, there's Jesus. There's the child." So we're following the star, and I'm going to be talking about both Baptism of the Lord and Epiphany, but you can use this either way. Use the star. As the wise men followed the star, as the people heard the voice of God say, "This is my son," that points to who Jesus is. So, the star tour. We walk around the sanctuary. I have the kids follow me. First of all, we go to the pulpit. And we have a pulpit that's elevated, and we can walk in, and I have the kids go up into the pulpit. I love it because for some of the kids, that's the first time that they've actually walked in the pulpit with permission. You know, I mean, they've gone up to the pulpit, but you know, so, and we've got some adults that are like, "Whoa, wait a minute," but we go there and we talk about here. We hear about the Christ child. Here we hear about Jesus. Here we hear about the love of God. Christ is present here in the Word. Then we move to the table, and where communion is set, and here in bread and wine, in crackers and grape juice. Here we experience the grace and the love of God, and Christ is found here. Then we go to the font. As we continue on this star tour, and we get to the font, and we go here in the water that is Spirit infused, in this water and the Word, as the water is poured over our heads, as we remember our baptisms, God claiming us as God's children. We find Christ in this place, in this water, in this gift, in this sacrament. And we got that. Then we go, and then I kind of pause like it's done, like the star tour. "Thank you for taking the star tour. Wait a minute. This just in. There's one more place that we're going to find Jesus." And of course, there's more than one place, but for this children's sermon. Yes. Okay. So I've got the word, and we go into the middle of the sanctuary in the star. We follow the star into the middle of the sanctuary, and we go, and here Christ is present, and Christ is found in the midst of us, because Christ tells us, when there are two or more are gathered in my name, I will be there. And Christ is present in this place, because that's the important part. It's all important, but that's the direction of the children's sermon, that Christ is present in those gathered here. That's what makes this. That's what makes it. And so that's the direction. Using the star, and you can take at the Dollar Tree they have starbursts in the craft section. You could take neon colored construction paper, and you can cut those out. In the years past, I've had someone mention that what they've done is they've cut out stars and they've written the kids' names in there, so the kids can take those home with a reminder, something to take home, that Christ is present in their life, and they can hang that up on the mirror, so when they look and they're brushing their teeth or they're washing their hands, they can look up and they can go, Christ is present with me as we move on into this world. So that's the springboard. That's the children's sermon. That's what I'm doing this week. I do it every year, and I absolutely love it. And I believe the kids love it. I get so much joy out of this children's sermon, and I'm hoping that it can help you in your children's sermon as well. I'm hoping you find as much joy in it as I do. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the love you're sharing with your kids and your family, and your kids and your families. And as I say it, I've said it a lot, and I keep hearing it back, and I love hearing it, but you are rocking it. If your congregation forgets to tell you, let me tell you, you are rocking it. And thank you. Thank you for the work you're doing and answering the call of God, finding Jesus in what you are doing. All right? Thank you, and I've said that a couple of times, but I mean it. Thank you. Peace, and we will see you next week.